Welcome, my name is Vicky Rogerson and I'm moderating this session for the Virtual Cheese Awards 2026. We are really excited to welcome Simon Ferrer and Kay Brennan, who are going to be our judges for today's session. Simon, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, so hi guys, I'm Simon Ferro. I am the shop manager at the Courtyard Dairy up in Settle, North Yorkshire. I've been working in cheese about a decade now, and we kind of really focus on championing small farmhouse producers. And that's kind of been my day-to-day job for about a decade. And I do a bit of training for the Academy of Cheese as well. And this is my third year judging at the Virtual Cheese Awards.
Thank you. And Kay?
I am Kay Brennan. I'm the Technical and Development Manager at Tesco. And I look after our specialty cheese range, Backwall Deli and Christmas. And then I've completed my Academy of Cheese Level 1 and I'm currently doing my Level 2.
Amazing. Wow.
This is my second year of joining the Virtual Cheese Awards as a judge.
And we're so pleased to have you. Thank you. Thank you. So today we're going to be judging class A19, which is new cheese. And we've changed this year, we've slightly changed the scoring system. So each cheese will be judged for appearance, aroma, texture, and flavour. So appearance, aroma, and texture is out of 10 points, and then taste is upweighted to 20 points. So all of the cheeses that get 45 and above will get gold. Any cheeses that get 40 and above get silver, 30 and above get bronze. And then there's only going to be one winner, so only just one winner to rule them all. So one cheese will get put through to the Supreme Final, which will be held live on the 17th of June with Nigel Barton. So yeah, an exciting day ahead of us. So let's get cracking. So the first cheese that we're going to be judging is 1050. Perfect.
So it's in a white pot. Looks like a cottage cheese, quite firm set cottage cheese.
Nice and clean on the top though. It's not kind of different textures or anything like that, and there's no free liquid there or free moisture on top when you open it straight away. So that looks really nice.
No, it looks really good actually. It's quite dense and
Yeah.
it's creamy. It's bright and creamy. So
Doesn't look
do
too chunky, but you never know. It might
yeah,
surprise us.
might give mine a bit of a stir oh, it's very thick.
It's a nice texture that you can.
Yeah, it's lovely. Do we want to judge on
You can see.
appearance? Yes, Vicky.
Yeah, so what score would you give for appearance out of 10?
I think you can see if it is a cottage cheese style, which it very much looks like. That's pretty good. I'd say probably eight,
Yeah,
nine. You know.
Yeah, I'd happy to go with 9.
Yeah,
nine,
looks good.
yeah,
Yeah.
perfect. And then
And
aroma.
then aroma. Smells very fresh.
Got a
Very
lovely kind of lactic aroma to it as
Mm,
well.
it has. But it doesn't smell sharp. That
No, I was going to say it's lacking on that citrus a bit, but maybe that's a good thing because sometimes they can be really high acid. You know, when you're eating a cottage cheese and you just get that slight burn at the back, maybe,
mm,
that acidity, can't smell any citrus there, can you really? Clean. It's
no,
very clean.
very clean. I'll probably go with a 9 again, actually. But 8 or
Yeah,
9.
I'd be happy with that actually. Yeah. There's
Yeah,
no off flavors, is there? So, what can we mark it down for?
yeah. And then for texture.
We've just done texture. Oh, no, we haven't. Sorry. No, we haven't. Sorry.
It's aroma, texture.
Yeah.
They can like meld into one a little bit, but yeah.
It's very thick. Um, I would maybe mark it down a little bit in terms of it's a very dense kind of cottage cheese.
I think
I'd
it's
probably
thick.
want a few
Yeah.
more kind of curd
I want those
pieces.
more curd bits in it. Yeah.
Mm.
I think I've put a bit in my mouth and I've gone through it over my teeth and tongue, and you get that slight drying sensation and you're like granular note, which actually does linger a little bit. So I think as a textural thing, I could probably mark it down a little bit for that. I think I want maybe bigger chunks in there, less of that really thick, dense cream, and then maybe a nice mouthfeel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd agree with that. It's almost quite grainy
Yeah,
rather than kind of the curds retaining the moisture and breaking down easily.
yeah.
Um, what do we
Okay.
think school-wise, Simon?
I might go maybe 6, 7.
Yeah, I'd say 6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do
And then
6.
on to taste.
The taste is not quite as fresh as I thought it would be.
Mhm.
Um,
It has got that slight kind of sharpness there. I actually think it needs a little bit more of that, and obviously it wasn't coming up on the nose. So if it had some more of that kind of sharpness, even on the palate, it would clean that mouth kind of coating creaminess. It would clean through that. It would actually
mm,
make it have another taste there as well, which it doesn't quite have right now.
no.
Almost quite savoury.
Yes, it's very savoury. It doesn't have the clean taste that I was expecting it to be
Mm.
or expecting it to have.
It is nice though, it's a nice
It's
cottage cheese,
nice,
and it is a quality cottage cheese, I
but I'd
suppose.
expect a bit more. I'd probably expect a bit more sharpness,
Yeah, I
cleaner,
think so.
brighter flavour.
What would you score it then on taste out of 20?
Mm,
14, 15?
yeah, I was going to say, what if we gave it 15?
15?
Yeah, feel okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's do it.
perfect.
So what does that give as an overall score?
That gives it 39.
Ooh,
So bronze.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
feels about
yeah,
right.
be happy with that. Yeah,
13 above is
it's
a
a nice
bronze.
cheese.
Yeah. Which one would you like to do next?
Um, what about the whiter one in the wooden box?
Hmm?
1159.
Yeah, 1159.
Yeah.
Kind of 9.
So it's presented nicely in a wooden box with lid, and then it's got a paper case around it.
I think people always love to get a little cheese in a wooden box, whether it's got a lid or not. I think it's always a bit of a theatre thing with wooden boxes. I think people will buy them just because they're in a box sometimes. So that's a
Yeah.
positive.
It's like a present, cheese present.
Yes.
Just got to unpack mine for 2 secs.
Okay, no problem. Just on this one, I have got a piece of blue secondary mold just on the top there. There's only one piece.
Yeah.
Um,
I think if it's a
um,
lactic style cheese, which it might well be, that wouldn't be unheard of, I don't think, but it
hmm,
might affect appearance, it might put some people off, you never know.
I'm not too
Just
perturbed by
that.
it, but yeah, as to whether it would put customers off.
Quite like the fact that inside the wooden box you've got this little kind of like paper surround on the
Yeah,
cheese.
a paper case.
Yeah,
It does take some of the moisture up as well, so it's quite
yeah.
wet in terms of the paper. So in terms of appearance, I think it's
It's
pretty.
got a lovely, it's got, yeah, carry on, please, sorry.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah, it's a nice size. I even think to the extent where they've had that on the rack and been flipping and turning and what have you, they've got even lines and even like vertical and horizontal, so they have put some effort into what the final cheese would look like, even at that stage of maturation.
Yeah,
There's no browning, so there's obviously it's bloomy mold on there, so no browning, so that's a positive thing as well.
yeah. It doesn't look like the rind's broken down at all.
I do have,
Um,
and I think this is probably because of how it's packed in that wood. You've got a bit more of a kind of yellow bottom where the mold has started to diminish rather than on the top. But I presume
yeah,
once it's in that packaging, there's not a lot you can do. You can't flip and turn. And if there is free moisture, it would sit in
no.
that a little bit.
There's a little bit on the edges of mine. It's a little bit kind of
Have it,
wet.
yeah,
It's quite delicate.
not always bad thing.
What score would you give it for appearance then?
it's fun and it looks kind of really nice, and they've taken a lot of care with that. So I'd probably say 8 or 9 again. I know
Probably,
Kay's got the blue spot, so it's whether Kay's got other
yeah,
opinions there.
I'd probably go with an 8, just purely because of that mold spot.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
you're happy. Yeah.
it's really pretty looking cheese. Yeah.
That's fine, yeah. And aroma?
Aroma is
Hopefully it's nice.
it's got a bit, yeah, it's got kind of a light must sort of aroma to it.
Getting some nice floral notes coming off of it a little bit as well. You know, that almost like herbaceousness you get sometimes, or like appley, maybe from some of the rind.
Yeah, there's a freshness to it, like a fresh
Yeah,
fruity aroma to it. I'd go maybe 8 or 9 for aroma.
yeah. I think we should probably go 8 again.
Yeah.
It's nice.
And then texture?
Well, I'm going to cut into it as well because we're not cut into it yet.
Yeah, cut into it if you want to, yeah, screw it on.
Oh,
Go inside as well. That's fine.
it's very squidgy. Look at that. You can
Ever
see
so slightly slippy rind,
the rind
which is
just coming
probably
away.
due to that moisture. You've got
Yeah.
a bit of slip going on as well, Kay.
Yeah.
If you can see there, it's a bit kind of.
Whether you've got a good picture of that.
Whereas if
Yeah.
that would have been dried out a little bit more, that would have
Yeah.
maybe throughout that maturation not been doing that. It smells nice inside though as well. Going back to the aroma, I know we've already scored that, but what you're smelling on the rind is actually accentuated, is even more on the paste as well.
Yeah, but it's a really clean and fresh aroma.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just I've got quite a lot of slip actually.
Have you? Yeah. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to taste bad though.
No, not at all. So
What texture?
what do we score on texture? 7?
I quite like that texture. I don't know if you've had it through your mouth, but that even though the rind is slippy, it's thin. I sometimes get with like thicker white mold rind cheeses that it's so thick and you're chewing through the rind continually. But it actually, once you've got it in your mouth and it's all like disintegrating with the paste, nice texture, really creamy mouth coating as well. But yeah, actually, I'll probably be happy with the 7. I think the visual and the texture with that slip rind, I think that was where it would knock it down a little bit.
Yeah.
7, you agree?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The rind is the rind's a little bit leathery.
You getting that? Yeah.
It does break down. It just takes a little bit longer to break down.
The positive thing is there's not much ammonia there, which can happen. So
No.
there isn't that.
It's a very nice cheese actually.
So yeah, on to taste.
Got this nice little bit of sweetness going on, I found when I had it in my mouth the first time round.
Quite fruity.
Mm. I do think it could take a tad more salt just to like lift it a bit because it's very, very gentle. Yeah. All the flavors that are there are lovely, but they're just very gentle. And that might be the cheesemaker's aim. But I think actually a little bit more salt would help.
Yes. Yeah, I agree with that. It's very delicate flavour. It's got some
very delicate cheese. Yeah.
Got some kind of ammonia notes. It's just, yeah, a little too delicate. I think, yeah, if they salted a little more, it might lift that flavour. But very, very nice cheese, very pleasant.
What score would you give it for taste then?
It's out of 20, isn't it?
Yeah.
Out of
I think the taste is very good. I just think it has those few key points. So maybe 15 again, I'd be put it there again.
Just 15, 16. So
Yeah.
go 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, 15.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That gives that one a
Nice
38.
little cheese. So another bronze.
And the bronze, yeah.
Excellent.
we were going to go for the other wooden pot next, Simon,
Yeah, we
weren't
might as
we?
well.
Then that is 1182.
Yep.
Please, Vicky.
Perfect. See?
In
Go for it.
comparison to the last one, it looks a little more commercial, if that makes sense. It's not got quite so much of the artisan feel. It hasn't got the paper, or it doesn't look like it's got the paper inside the wooden dish. There is some secondary mould on the top, but I think that's possibly should be there.
Yeah, I've got blues and whites on there.
Yeah.
And from the aroma, it's definitely a wash rind cheese. So it could have maybe done with another wash, and that would have washed all that away. You could have kind of really washed that off and then presented. I don't know.
Yeah, I can actually smell the wood.
Should we turn it out?
Yeah. It'll come out. It'll come out.
You can see when you turn it out why it needs the box. But I'm awful for playing with cheese, but it's got so much give on that, it's fully broken down. It feels pretty cool. But again, more of that bluing there. Which I don't think is a problem in cheese. How we sell cheese is we explain it to the customers and say blues, whites, yellows, whatever's growing, all over on these type of like wash rind or lactic set cheeses. So from my point of view, that's okay. Obviously, maybe from a commercial point of view, people ain't going to pick that up, like I said just previously.
See,
Depends on
the bottom has got a couple of spots of white mould, but there's no
Yeah, I've got white on mine as well.
Got no rind at all on the bottom.
So what would you
got no
score
rind on the bottom of yours? Is yours torn on the way out?
Yeah.
Mm. So maybe it would need something like a paper liner.
Yeah. Yeah, to let it breathe a little more so that you're not completely killing the mould.
Yeah, that's good.
It's a nice size though, and I think you've got all those kind of wrinkly molds on there. The rind is slightly uneven. I don't know if you can see on mine. The bottom is actually the better rind on mine. You've got this kind of nice wrinkliness there.
Oh
But
yeah,
the top, you've got like really flat where like something's been on it flat. And then you've got all these like dots, which I presume are from either whatever mold it was in or the wraps, I don't know.
The top is more like that. And then I've got some bluing on the edge. But the bottom, it looks like it hasn't been moulded at all. It's got a couple of white spots, but that's all. So I'd maybe knock it down on sorry, I'm sticking it up in the air. I'll probably knock it down a little on appearance.
On appearance.
Yeah.
I think it was so, obviously it's an wooden box, but I love that. But looking at the whole cheese, I think with those kind of different textures on the rind and different things going on,
it's inconsistent.
It could be a bit more consistent.
Yeah.
6,
what
7?
Would you score
it? Maybe 5. Am I being
5?
Generous or harsh?
Could do 5.5.
Let's do 5.5.
Yeah, I do think it's a wash rind cheese. I think if they did wash it a bit more, it'd be a bit more pinky or that peachy colour. And I also think that they could have washed that mould off.
Yeah.
Part of its maturation, and then we wouldn't be seeing that.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so on aroma.
I love those kind of yeasty notes from it.
Yes. It's not a strong yeasty note that you get from it. It's
sometimes that can be off-putting. This is gentle.
It is
pleasant. I like the aroma.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Maybe 7 or 8 for aroma.
7 or 8, yeah. Happy to do either. We'll go 7.5.
You could do 7.5. Let's do it.
Bit of difference.
Yeah, it's a bit of difference.
And then
texture.
So I've been fiddling with this, and I think the texture is awesome. Like that kind of bend without it like popping or going anywhere. I'm going to just cut into it as well because
Oh, it's really fudgy and
is it
dense.
fudgy? Nice.
Yeah,
That is a well broken down
it
cheese.
is.
There's no kind of chalky, firmer core there, but it's not actually running away. So that's
No.
really good maturation for that type of cheese, I think.
So my core is a little denser, but it's kind of fudge dense. It's not dry, unbroken down core. Um, but yeah, I really, really like the texture of that. Mm.
The way it coats your mouth is good as well, texturally.
It's indulgent.
Very, yeah.
Got that creaminess. You want to go back for more,
Yeah.
more-ish.
We've got a lot of cheese to do, Kay. Let's not go too crazy to
No,
start with.
no.
We
Eating a
can
whole
eat
lot.
more at the end.
It's sticky.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's the stickiness from the rind, but the core is really well broken down. It's indulgent. It's got a really nice creaminess to it. There's no graininess. There's no
No,
dryness to it.
no.
Um, the only thing
I
that
think, do
would that I would comment on is the rind and the sogginess of the rind.
you think you can lose maybe a point for that? Maybe give it 9 for
Yeah,
texture?
yeah, I agree. So maybe a 9.
Because that texture, that I think that's a perfectly matured
Yeah,
expression of that type of cheese. And we've got to remember these are all new cheeses, so it could be new producers as well. This could be their only cheese they make. And to
yeah.
hit that nail on the head for that texture, it won't be an old cheese. I think they're really, really good.
Yeah, great. And then taste, the big one.
Taste is really nice. It's kind of you get a little bit of yeast. Um, I would maybe say a little more salt, um, just to enhance the flavour a little more, to make it a bit more
But I
round.
think if yours is less ripe than mine, I would say mine is perfect salt. It's got
Okay.
that just right amount that's driving that flavour. Because I think any more in mine would be a bit more of that kind of salinity, that kind of saline flavour, where it has it, but it doesn't have it too much. I think we've got two different maybe
Mm,
ages of this cheese between
yeah,
us.
yeah, because I think yours has broken down a bit more than mine has.
But the flavour's very good. You've got that
Mm,
slight farmyardy note to it. You've got that really kind of rich paste. It is a rich cheese.
mm. Very with a touch of yeast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What would you give it then out of 20? What would you give it?
I'd go somewhere like maybe 17, 18.
yeah. I was going to say the same.
Yeah. I
18.
think its main detracting factor, this whole cheese, is its appearance. I
Yeah.
think everything else has been amazing.
Mm.
18.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes.
That gives that cheese a 40. Score of 40.
So is that silver? Yeah.
So that's
Cool.
silver. That feels right based on the
Yeah.
appearance.
Yeah.
Yeah, just tweaking it a bit, just to how it looks and that appearance would give it a lot more marks, but that's still a great cheese.
Definitely, yeah.
Mhm. Which one would you like to do next?
Um,
We could do something like 1185, 1085, 1088, and 1090 in a row. There were those kind of mold ripened cheeses. What do you think, Kay?
so say again, which ones?
1085, 1088, and 1090.
10,
1085.
10,
So they're all kind of like little
1085,
soft ones. Yeah,
1088, and 10,
maybe that.
1090.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, happy to do that.
should do it.
Great, so 1085 first.
10, yes.
Mm.
Paper's sticking to mine ever so slightly, so I'm unwrapping it.
Yeah, I found that on the bottom edge of that one actually. There was the rind is a little sticky, and it started to break down a bit on the edge.
Yeah, you're getting that as well.
See that yet?
But it's not just on the edges, I've got on the top of mine.
No, I've got
It's
a little
beginning to kind of
on the,
diminish, really, that rind.
yeah, a little bit on the bottom, but nothing on the top.
Mm.
Looks it's kind of rustic.
Yeah, it's like going maybe.
Yeah, it looks like it's I don't
It's
know
actually
until we
quite a
get
tall
into it.
cheese. For its size that way, it's quite a tall cheese that way.
It's quite a tall
So that'd be
cheese,
fun
but
to see what's inside. Yeah.
it kind of looks a little bit, or mine looks maybe a little bit more than yours, kind of an elephant footish.
Yes, you can see with mine there at the bottom.
Yeah,
It's going out like that.
just
So
splaying
if
out
you
a
were
little
to
bit at
flip
the
that maybe at a
bottom.
younger age,
Yeah,
it's bringing that all back into balance maybe.
What would you score then for appearance so far?
Mm,
6
I
or
go probably
7.
5 or 6 again. Yeah, should we go 6?
Go 6 then. Yeah,
Yeah, in the middle. Yeah.
An aroma?
you can smell the mold.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut into it and kind of see
It's
what
almost
the.
like, it's like fridge mold rather than maturation mold maybe, but I know what that smell is though. That's that smell of the PC, the Penicillium candidum at the end of its life, that kind of aroma.
Okay.
So when you get like a brie or something like that, and it's doing that, it's going damp and it's going that kind of because yours wasn't as bad as mine, I don't think, on the top and on that
No,
corner.
no.
But you definitely get those aromas more strongly and like almost slightly ammonia in those parts, which would be classic with a cheese identifying like this.
But when I first cut into it, the aroma wasn't that pleasant. But once kind of the air gets to it, it's quite kind of fresh.
Yeah,
Um,
that might be because ammonia will just dissipate eventually, so then you'll be smelling other
yeah,
things after.
kind
And yeah,
of,
it's fresh. It's got that really lovely. It's almost got like a honey note to it,
hmm,
Mm.
sweet, but obviously you don't smell sweetness. That must be kind of some form of
yeah, maybe honey or floral.
yeah.
What would you score it then for aroma, do you think?
I think because it was that slight little bit of initial mold aroma, maybe just quite down for that a bit. Maybe 6 again.
Yeah, yeah, happy to go 6.
Okay. And then on to texture.
Texture actually looks, in terms of the actual cheese, fairly consistent throughout. I've got a little bit of slip rind going on in the corners, and again, that where that it was more kind of sat at the bottom, there is a lot more there, more breakdown. I don't think a cheese like this would ever break down fully anyway, because it is too big that way for the rind to do its magic throughout. So that's probably how a cheesemaker wanted it to be in terms of its texture. But it's just had a few maybe flipping and turning, maybe a bit more of that.
So I've got where the bottom was splayed out a little bit. I've got a bit of slip rind just at the bottom
Yeah.
there, just literally where it's kind of splayed out at the bottom. But otherwise, the texture looks very dense. Um, as you said, Simon, I wouldn't expect kind of the paste to break down um, around the edges as you would some mold ripened cheeses. Um,
Texture in the mouth, for me, again, it's that really thick rind versus paste. You get have to chew through the rind. It's got that kind of slightly carpety rind to it. But when you get to the paste again is really mouth coating, which is a positive thing.
What score would you give it then for texture?
maybe it's
I'm
a
going to be
6
really
or
bored.
7.
I think I'm going to be really bored and say 6 again.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You agree, Kate?
Yes. The rind is quite, as Simon said, carpety and leathery. Takes some chewing to get through it.
And then on to taste.
It's quite sharp. I don't know whether you saw. Excuse me. I don't know whether you saw my face. Yeah, it was. When I was assessing the texture, it was a bit like, oh.
It is a slight sour note to it, right in that
Yeah.
mid palate. It's quite intense as well. It's got a good intense flavour, but the flavours that are coming maybe a bit fragmented. I'm getting a bit of bitterness at the end, that sourness in the middle. From a soft cheese, which is this what it's trying to be, I maybe expect more some really nice, rich, like dairy, clotted cream notes going on, which I don't get at all.
No, it's quite. There's a lot of flavours going on. It's quite complex. So you get some sourness, you get some bitterness, you get some sharpness. Um, it's probably the flavour's not quite as clean and bright as I would expecting it to be or would want it to be. Um,
I get the impression they're trying to make it like an enriched cheese, like it looks like a triple cream style. It might not be, but with that kind of firm core, you'd expect a bit of bitterness anyway, but it's got quite a lot. But again,
yeah.
So what would you score it then for taste?
13, 14.
14.
13.
I'd be happy with 13.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 13 it is. That gives it a 31.
Okay, that feels about right.
Yeah.
So we're going to go on to 1088 next.
1088, yeah.
Again, I've got a bit of paper sticking to the rind. I have a funny feeling that's because I've had them out of the fridge since about 8 o'clock with the paper stuck on them. So whatever's happening there. So I'm not going to
So the rind
worry
is
about
kind
that.
of it's kind of fractures at the bottom. I don't really can see that, but it's kind of broken off on the corner. Got a
I don't think,
little bit of mould on the top and on the bottom.
yeah, I've got a
Nothing
bit
on
of
the
that.
sides. Nice even mould coverage.
So have you got even mold coverage on yours? Because I
Yeah.
definitely have not. You can
Oh no,
see,
you haven't.
and especially on the bottom, so there's a patch
Yeah.
there, and the rest is white, and it was particularly white with the PC there, but completely nothing there, or
Yeah.
completely
No.
broken or like down.
So mine is quite. Yeah, mine's quite consistent on there. Hmm.
Again, it's one of
Um,
those nice little looking cheeses. It does go slightly like that again. So I'm presuming we'd get a bit more breakdown maybe at this part of the cheese.
Okay.
yeah, it's a nice size. It does splay
Yeah,
out a little bit again, but it's a nice size. So, what do we want to score it?
I
7 or
think because
8?
they look both so different. You've had the fractures, and I've got kind of not much rind. They're very inconsistent cheeses. So even if this was the same batch, the cheeses are very different within the batch. I would
Yeah.
presume we've not been sent separate batches. So again, maybe 6 for me. How mine is looking.
Okay. Let's go. Let's go with 6 then.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Happy with
cool.
that.
Yep, 6. An aroma.
Hasn't got much of an aroma.
I was going to say I'm not getting a huge amount off of that.
No, it's very delicate must, if anything, but not much aroma at
There's
all.
nothing bad going on there. There's no off notes, I don't
I'm going to
think.
go into it and then smell it again. A little stronger when you cut into it. But again, it's a very delicate aroma.
Mhm. You get a little bit of citrus there, but again, there's nothing jumping out. You
No,
can't smell it from here. You can't smell it from back here. You have to really search for those
yeah,
aromas.
yeah, you do.
Not that that's a bad thing. Maybe that's what the cheesemaker is trying to achieve, a nice little delicate cheese.
So out of 10,
Maybe 6.5, 7, something like that again.
let's go 6.5, split the difference.
About 6.5. Yeah.
6.5. Great, and then on to texture.
I actually think the texture's pretty good. Again, it's even throughout. You have got, again, on those little corners at the bottom, like some of the previous soft cheeses, there's a little bit of slippiness, there's a little bit of breakdown there, but it's not ever going to make its way throughout. But it's very much more yellow. I don't think you can see from my thing, but this is nice, like a nice yellow, rich kind of yellow colour.
Whereas it's like a yellow halo,
Mm.
maybe when the fats kind of come out of the cheese. But it's very close texture, it's very dense when you cut it.
You get that on the palate as well, actually. It's quite plain on the palate. I thought it was going to be quite break down, be really creamy. It's actually a bit kind of chalky, like it's like a crumbly cheese in the middle, right in the centre.
But the rind is quite carpeted again.
Yeah, it's a thick rind again, isn't it?
It's quite thick.
What would you score then for texture?
Probably a 6 or a 7 again.
Yeah, let's go 6.
Yeah.
Sorry, can I just ask which class number you're judging? Are you doing the innovation
Yeah.
products?
And the new cheese is launched since June 2023, so it's A19.
Flavour-wise, I've had a little, obviously, nibble for texture. It is sharp, but it's actually got a really creamy flavour as well. So I like that kind of balance of sharpness and creaminess, almost slightly vegetal, which is not unappealing. Gives it a nice kind of savoury note, almost earthy note to it. It might be slightly out of harmony though. There might be too much going on, and two intensities.
Quite sharp, and kind of feel it on the front of your tongue,
The acidity.
on the acidity. So yeah, looking at the cheese and kind of the texture of the cheese, I was expecting it to be, and the aroma, I was expecting it to be a little more delicate.
Yeah, and it was, the way it was, the smelling, it was it was like going to lean into, I'm a nice delicate cheese, which actually is quite bold cheese.
It is
I do
bold.
think tasting it, there might have been maybe some post acidification. I don't know because it is sharp, but that breakdown is quite broken down and it's slippy, which might be a characteristic of that. So maybe that's why we're getting the flavours we're getting.
Yeah.
Would you score it then for taste?
I think it's got a lot of taste,
Mhm.
lots of flavour. It's just a bit fragmented, in my opinion. Maybe somewhere 14, 13, 14,
13 and a half.
13 and a half. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm happy with that.
13.5.
Yeah.
That gives that 32. And then you wanted to go to 1090 next.
What we haven't discussed is what do you think all the milks are so far? Because we've got no idea what the milk types are. It's a very broad categories new cheese. I think the majority have been cow so far. I think one of them might have been sheep.
Cow. I think the one before was possibly goat. That
Yeah.
one.
So that's another fun thing that we could take into consideration as well. How those cheeses are characteristically. Are they,
Yeah.
showcasing their true characters almost?
They're not,
So we're doing this one next, 1090.
yeah.
1090, yes. Yeah, sorry.
So it's a nice shape, but the rind has broken down a huge amount on the bottom edge.
Yeah. I find with
Very
these kind of truncated pyramid style cheeses, because there's too many corners, there's how many straight lines? 1, 2, 3, 4, there's so many straight lines. They're going to break down really, really quickly there. And that's why you get that. And they always look really fun. But I always do think it impacts rind and rind development and what it's doing for the cheese.
So on appearance, 5.
Yeah. That's not, you know, if that was in a counter or on a supermarket shelf, it's not
Yeah,
very, very desirable, is it? You know, people aren't going to pick up something that's already gone brown, maybe,
yeah,
sadly.
yeah.
I also don't think it's transit damage either. I don't think it's been with us too long or anything like that, which could, again, that could happen.
So you said a 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh. Blue.
Here's a blue cheese.
It's a blue. You can smell that it's a blue straight away. You get that kind of that hit of Penicillium roquefortis. Yeah, you get
Is it
that kind of
goat's
hit
milk as
of
well?
blue.
I'm getting that kind of really, you know, that acrylic, that goaty note to it.
Yeah, a little.
I don't know if you can see from mine as well. The rind is quite thick, and also you've got right in the centre there, that's rind creep through a pierce hole. So they have pierced vertically. It looks like they've also pierced horizontally, but the vertical holes haven't achieved their potential.
Yeah. And I've got some
If it is obviously a blue cheese, so it needs to.
slip on the side here. You've got a chalky core in the middle.
Yeah.
When I
You know what I
first,
think would be really beneficial of this cheese is if it was a little kind of flat, round, like a little puck, and you only go
rather
down
than
vertically.
pyramid,
I think as
yeah,
feedback to whoever's made this, I don't even know who the producer is for this, I can't even picture it. That I think if it was a little circle, same height, you wouldn't have so much issues with the rind.
and you might get more distribution on the blue mold.
Yeah.
Because when I first cut into it, I thought I didn't think it was blue until I smelt it.
What is good for the appearance? Are we on appearance, Vicky, now? Or are we're on aroma now, aren't we?
Yeah,
Appearance
Yes,
wise,
on
I'm
the road.
inside.
I've kind of put your comments
Yeah.
into into
The blue
appearance.
also hasn't made it turn grey. So sometimes little cheeses like this I've had in the past judging, the blue mould has turned it the paste grey.
No,
So I
okay,
think that's really positive if they've got through that kind of period or it's not happened.
okay.
So yeah, what would
So
you give it now?
It's an intense aroma. Give you that.
yeah, maybe an 8.
Intense in what way? What is intense? What does
I
that?
think it's got that kind of obviously that blue note is definitely there, which it's a blue cheese. It needs that. Otherwise, why would it? You know, I think it is going. It has got that kind of that note to it. I think in terms of the blue, there's lots of things going on, but they're both strong. So they're balanced, but it's both. You know, the aroma's balanced, but it's both intense.
Mm.
I think it's pretty good.
What would you score it then for aroma?
I'll
7,
probably go an 8.
8. Should we go 8?
Yeah,
Yeah, smells good.
yeah, that's fine.
Then on to texture.
You can see it's got a slight chalky centre to it, and it's got that breakdown, and it's also slipping. You can see there's holes in each corner. So I think texturally that could be worked upon a little bit. Maybe full breakdown and paste-like adhesion to the rind as well. Maybe slightly slippy there.
Yeah,
The rind looks really thick as well, so I'm going to stir a bit and see how that feels.
it's a really it's a really thick rind again. I quite like that kind of chalky core as it's kind of breaking down. I quite like that. Um,
That does give it some stability, but I do think that rind, for me, is too thick, far too thick.
yeah, yeah, I'd agree.
The cheese has gone and the front rind's still there and still, you know, moving around a bit.
Maybe say a 6 or a 7.
I'd go 6.
6, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you're happy with that.
On to taste. I'm quite interested to see how
The
it
taste
tastes.
is nice. You know, it's got that real kind of nice blue note to it. Maybe a bit too salty.
I don't get a huge amount of blue. I get a bitterness, a sharpness,
I think I've gone
and
through one of the most blue parts of mine.
a whole lot of goat.
Yeah, it's
Not
definitely
great,
there, isn't it?
okay, the goat's cheese.
No.
That's not your favourite though, is it? We've got more to go.
Absolutely not. But personal preference aside, I'm just going to try another piece with some blue in.
I think the blue taste that's there is nice. I always think there's an issue with blue goat cheeses because you don't see many of them anyway. And just the way they work with goat's milk, if that's what it is, I'm presuming that's what we are correct. It always brings that bitterness. It always brings that slight soapiness.
It's kind of, I was just going to say, it's almost like quite perfumey
Yeah.
in a kind of soap sort of way. You can definitely get the blue. You can definitely get goat's flavour.
I get a lot of
Yeah.
salt.
You don't get a lot of salt.
I do get a lot of salt.
You do get a lot of salt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe that's distracting from the flavour too much.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you score for taste, do you think, out of 20?
13, 14,
13.
13.
13, happy with that?
Yeah.
That gives that 34.
Okay.
Which cheese do you want to go to next?
Shall we do?
If you want to do that feta style one, that
Yes.
looks like in that little bag.
I was going to say either that one or 1183. But that could be wash rind again. So we do the feta style.
Yeah, so we could do 1178, and then 1183, 1184.
So if we do 1178 first, yeah?
Yep.
7, 8. Okay.
Obviously in a vacuum bag because of the style of cheese it is.
Yeah, like a feta style.
Yeah.
Feta style. It's
I do think as well in the UK we don't have many people producing that many feta styles. There's a lot of people doing the halloumi thing, but feta in the last 5-10 years, there's only a few of them. So
yeah.
good on them for trying.
It's nice bright white colour.
Yeah.
It's got
There's that nice moisture as well. But obviously out of the vacuum pack bag you want a bit of moisture around it because you don't want it to be too dry as it's stored really, I don't think.
It's got quite a nice design on the side, more from the basket or the.
Have you got that? Oh yeah, I have as well.
Yeah.
Look.
Sorry to just interrupt here. Are you going to, is it worth putting that aside and actually frying it if it's halloumi?
No,
It's feta.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's like we think
Sorry,
it's feta
I
style.
misunderstood.
No, I was just
Yeah,
saying
I'll
that
go
there's a lot
away
of
in a
people
minute.
making halloumi styles.
I'll
And it's
go back
nice that
under my
someone's doing a
rock. I'm
feta.
just trying to organise cheese coming in and half listening. Halloumi.
We think it's a feta style.
I'll
It
leave it to the expert.
looks like it could be feta style. I think the appearance is good, actually.
That's pretty nicely as well.
Yeah.
So in general, feta is sometimes feta, but that looks like a nice bit of cheese.
It kind of holds together. I know we're
Yeah.
detracting from appearance at the moment, but yeah, appearance looks good.
what would you
You
score?
probably deal with more feta than I do, Kay, as well, to be fair. We don't sell anything like this in our shop.
Maybe say an 8 or 9.
Yeah, I'd be happy with a 9. I think that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I lived in Cyprus for a bit and I was eating feta styles and halloumi styles till the cows come home, if I can say that now. But yeah, I love it. That style of cheese I really do enjoy. So let's see what we're getting.
Great, yeah, then aroma.
Well, it's got a really fun aroma, actually.
Oh yeah, it's kind of lactic. Get my words out. Lactic, but citrus and sweetness.
There is like a sweetness there, almost like a fudgy toffee kind of note going on, which I wouldn't usually expect in a cheese like this.
Yeah, definitely.
You usually smell really high lactic, really high citrus.
Yeah, I'd be
I think
comfortable
that's
with
a
it.
very good aroma.
Yeah,
It's
it's
something a
very
bit different.
What would you score it then?
a 9.
Can't fault it really. So that's maybe a
No,
9. You know, you can't knock it down. It
yeah,
could be a bit more intense on the aroma, but
Mhm. 9.
listen, yeah.
Yeah.
The texture, I think, is actually really good. Sometimes with fetas, they can be dry and crumbly, but this one is kind of holding its moisture. So it's
yeah. And
cut
you can
very
see I've been
well.
fiddling with mine, and it breaks really nicely, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does break very nicely. It's like a sponge. It's kind of absorbed the moisture.
Not in a bad way though.
No, no, that's in a good way.
What would you score for texture then?
The texture in the mouth's quite nice as well. It's not too not too crumbly.
No, I'd probably say maybe an 8 or a 9.
Yeah, texture's good.
Do you agree? 8 or
Yeah,
9?
definitely. Yeah, let's go 9.
9. 3 nines, amazing so far. And then, yeah,
Mm.
to taste.
That's what puts it off, unfortunately for me. It's overpoweringly salty.
I just want more sharpness.
Mm,
It's got like no real sharpness there.
no, it's kind of got no. It's a very strong salt, and you lose the delicate nature of the cheese behind it. So
I think
whether
the
this
aroma
is,
has been so positive because it's been
yeah,
so delicate, which is quite unusual for this style. I think this is now, this is unfortunately the flavour is its worst,
mm,
you know, category.
yeah,
It's not unpleasant. There's no off flavours, but it is salty. I know it will have been sat in brine and it is that style of cheese, but when you get that drying feel on your tongue,
mm,
where it's
mm.
wicking away that moisture, that's maybe a bit too much.
I don't get. I mean, if it is better style, I don't get a huge amount of goat's flavour from it. Um, wondering whether it's 100% sheep
I'm
or.
wondering if it could be a blend of milk
Mm,
because of that. It's got slight sweetness and that nose that we got of that kind of that I got of like toffee butterscotch. That would sound sheep to me, but
mm,
and it is sweet. It's sweet and
mm,
salty. It's interesting.
mm.
Whoever's made this is a good effort of a cheese. It's nice for
Yeah,
a feta.
yeah, yeah, it's good effort. It's just unfortunately let down by the flavour for me.
Yeah, yeah, lets it down a little bit.
What would you score it then, the taste?
14,
You're a bit
less
generous.
say.
I was going to say 12. Should
I'm
we
happy
split
to go in the middle.
13?
12 and a half.
Let's go 13. If you think 14, then I think
Yeah.
let's go
Well,
split it down
you
the
sell
middle.
more of this style of cheese and you probably know more about this style of cheese than I.
Okay,
So
let's go 12 and a half then.
12 and a half. Cool.
You sure?
Yeah.
12 and a half. Okay. That gives us the 39.5.
So that's a bronze.
It's a bronze because of its other characters, yeah.
Yeah. For its other
Yeah,
characteristics.
that's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair.
Okay, and which one do you want to do next?
Did we say 1183?
Yeah, should we do these ones?
Yeah.
118.
Yeah. And
Keep on
1183.
the soft theme before we go to the hard cheeses.
1183 is very, very sticky, very soft and wet. If there was a white mold, it's gone. There's patches of white mold.
So it's gone because it's definitely a wash rind,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah. but it's
Unless there's
very,
been too much moisture in the package.
you can see where my fingers have been. It's really, really sticky and can't really be handled very well.
I think it's the correct packaging though. That kind of Ovaltine, that kind of slightly more, it almost feels like biodegradable. I think that's the correct
Yeah, I
packaging
think it's
for it.
maybe sweated in the packaging. It might have been better in kind of a paper case and a wooden dish
In a
or a
wooden box.
Yeah,
Like one of those first ones, we had something like that.
yeah, definitely.
Maybe that would encourage more mold to grow on it, which we said earlier for a style quite similar to this. That was a negative thing. So maybe because it's not been in that wood,
And it would
it
help
hasn't done
dry
that.
out. It'd help dry out the mold.
It hasn't like suck the moisture out.
Yeah,
Maybe that's the aim. Maybe this person wants it to be
yeah.
a soft cheese, like a soft, rich cheese.
The appearance, you can cut into it if you want to judge it on internal appearance.
Wow. It's very close textured and dense. Very.
It strikes me as it's like a little lactic cheese that is had one or two washes. The good thing about that is there's no slip rind. There's barely any rind, so it's a very, very young cheese, I think.
Yeah.
So what would you score it for appearance then?
I think it could be honed a little bit. It could be kind of affected a bit. Again, these are all new people. They've got all this to come, but maybe 7.
Yeah, I'd say 6 or 7.
Do you want to go in the middle, Kay?
Yeah.
Cool,
6.5. Please, Vicky.
5. Then aroma?
I really love that aroma.
It's yeasty.
Yeah.
I think the core smells stronger on the yeast than the rind. Maybe about the same, actually.
Dare I say this is like a little bit like the soft cheese we make at the Courtyard Dairy, the Settle Soft. So it's those very similar, like appley, yeasty notes on the rind. So I think they're great. That's a really nice smell.
It's really pleasant.
Fresh.
Yes. Not musty at all.
I don't think it's got enough age to even get that far.
Mm.
What would you score
I
it?
think that's really pleasant and clean. I think it could be up at 8, 8, 9.
8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then texture?
Even by looking at it, I think the texture is great. It's that close texture, so there's no unnecessary, like there's no unintended breakdown. There's no slip rind, really.
No, the only
The
thing
rind
that
is sticky.
extra is the rind. It's really sticky and
But then if it's had a wash, they tend to be sticky, don't they? If it's a
yeah, but they're sticky and they're sticky, isn't they?
yeah. No, I do have a little bit on mine where I put my finger on it and it's torn the rind away. But it has broken down a bit under there, so
yeah, it's really
got like
it's
an
really
unctuous
dense
texture.
Yeah. It's really luxurious.
I think there's sometimes with a dense texture you'd think it'd be dry. But actually that is not dry.
Not dry at all.
So maybe that's the ultimate aim of the cheesemakers, to retain as much moisture within that cheese as possible without having too much rind flora.
The texture is how the cheese looks. It's kind of very soft. It's very smooth. Very dense. Yeah, it's lovely
It's
texture.
a good cheese though. But yeah, I think the texture's great as well.
Would you go 9 on?
I would be happy with a 9, yeah.
9?
Yeah.
Great, and then taste?
Taste, you get citrus. You get a little sharpness, but it's not overpowering. You get some saltiness coming through. There's complexity, but in a delicate way.
It is a really complex cheese. I think that citrus really helps your palate, because it's got that unctuous, dense, creamy, rich texture. it's cutting. And that's what some of the previous cheeses did miss. I think that's an excellent characteristic for that particular cheese. I do like that slight funky note, that yeasty note, that kind of beery, yeasty. I think that's really quite nice. It's almost like a British ale, that flavour, I think, in some parts.
But you get a richness, excuse me, you get a richness from the milk.
Yeah. You can tell it's good milk as well, actually. If it's a young cheese and it's showing like that, that's clean and really rich milk. You know, that's probably quite high fat. I think it tastes great.
Yeah, so do I.
Will you score it out of 20 then for taste?
18, 19, go high.
Should we be bold and kind of go 18?
Yeah.
Do you want to be bolder?
Yeah.
Or 19? Should we go 19?
Give it 19.
Yeah, let's go 19.
Let's do it. I think the taste is awesome.
Great.
So what does that give that, Vicky?
42.5.
Silver.
Can we review the scores?
Yes, that's the highest scoring cheese at the moment.
I know, but
it's still a silver.
So it's kind of, it doesn't, whatever the highest scoring cheeses will go through the final.
Gold.
I quite like to push it up. I think it's very, very good.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you whose or what it is, but I think it's a very nice cheese.
Can you just go through this? Sorry,
we gave it quite low for appearance.
Yeah, so you gave it 6.5 for appearance, 8 for aroma, 9 for texture, and then 19 for taste. So you scored it low on appearance. Yeah. But yeah, it's up to you if you want to push that score up, if you now want to look at it in its fullness.
On the aroma, let's push that up.
What, to 9?
Yeah.
What's it sitting on now? 7.5?
43.5.
No, for the for the
so it needs
aroma.
1.5, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So whether we give it 7 for its appearance, bring it up a half mark there.
Yeah.
44.
What if we gave it 20 for flavour? That would suggest it's perfect. And I hate giving perfect scores because nothing is perfect. But
sorry, just tell me what so the appearance was 6.5, and we're putting it up to 7.
Yeah.
What was the aroma?
9.
And what was the texture?
9. And then 19 for flavour. So yes, if you knocked it up to 20 for flavour, then it would be 45 and it would be a gold. Or you up it on appearance. So you're still at 7 on appearance. So if you gave it 8 on appearance, then it would go up to, I think.
In some ways, I don't want the appearance to go up, because I think that's what needs work.
Yeah, I think put the flavour.
I think we could up the aroma, you know. We could up the aroma to 4 because the aroma is amazing.
Okay, well, we put the aroma up to 10.
And that'll nudge it into gold.
9.
It's a low gold, but it's nudging it in there.
Yeah.
Which for this type of cheese and the progression this person might have.
Yes. Yeah. So
I think it's worthy.
Keep the appearance as 7. Put the aroma up to 10. The texture is 9, and then
19 for
19 for the flavour. Does that give it 45?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's gold.
Yeah, I'm very happy with that.
Good. Love that. Good bit of judging that.
It's only fair, you know, it's an excellent cheese and it can only lose 5 points across the whole spectrum to be a gold. So it's...
Yeah, and it's not, not being fearful about giving full marks. If it deserves a full mark, then it's full mark.
Yeah.
I think
I'm awful at giving full marks, but
yeah, sometimes people are, I don't want it never be a 10, never be a 20. But actually, if it deserves it, then it deserves it. It should be given that. So I know sometimes it's a bit like, oof. So what one we're doing? Do we know? You say 1184?
1184, I think.
yes, a little one.
Yeah.
Cute. Really cute. I've not unwrapped mine from the cup, I think Kay has, but mine is super soft under this packaging.
It is super soft.
Very similar type of wrapping, and I could be presuming here, but it could be the same cheese maker.
Yeah, it's super soft.
It looks very yellow.
Nice. It's very yellow.
Yellow, yeah.
So it's washed, I think.
Yeah.
But I have a funny feeling maybe something's been added into the wash, like paprika or annatto or something like that, because it is a bit more orangey. And I've got a spot on mine there, which is very dark. That doesn't seem too natural. Obviously, it's a natural colouring.
Yeah,
I've
mine
got a
is
lot of
on
rind
top.
breakdown on mine as well, though.
Dark spots. It's going to run through my fingers if I hold it much longer.
Again, I think with
Very
that appearance, a little wooden pot to keep some stability, because you can probably see here on my cheese, I'm fiddling with it now for the camera. That is completely coming off.
Yeah,
That's completely down to paste, or the layer under the paste, that cream line.
yeah. So for appearance, maybe a 7 again.
Yeah, it looks pretty rustic. So, and it is
Yeah.
kind of, it is slipping off. So, yeah, let's go 7.
7. Okay. An aroma?
What I do like about the appearance is just going back, I know it has got that kind of yeasty wrinkliness to it. So it has got that real kind of geotrichum rind. You can see it on one part of mine where it's really wrinkly, which is what's helped that breakdown, I think.
The rind is just completely slipping away though.
Yeah.
Um, hasn't got a strong aroma.
I was expecting it to actually be stronger aroma on that than that.
Yeah, I would as well. Just looking at kind of from the colour of it.
It's like
Very
weirdly,
good
like camembert has a brassica note to it, that kind of cabbagey broccoli note.
kind of,
I'm really
yes,
getting that
ammonia.
potentially, yeah.
So texture wise, I mean the core is pleasant enough.
I think the core's really firm. Considering how much slippy the rind is, there might have needed to be a bit more drying of that cheese because the rind has matured too fast. It's only a tiny cheese that could be fully broken down throughout, and it's not. In terms of its
What,
texture, I know that's.
what would you give it for aroma?
I'd probably mark it down a bit on aroma because you don't get a huge amount of aroma from it.
I think with
Looks can be
how that
deceptive.
rind looks, you'd expect that's going to have these really farmyardy, funky wash rind notes,
Yeah,
and it doesn't deliver that.
I'd
7,
probably say 6 or 7.
6.5.
Yeah,
Yeah, then on to texture.
I think there's two separate textures going on here, to be fair.
yeah.
Even looking at it, but it might all come together in the mouth. So I'm going to put it in and have a little feel around.
The rind, the rind breaks down easily in the mouth. It's very soft.
Mm.
It's a very light texture. Although
Yeah, considering how hard I thought it was on appearance, like how
Mm,
firm that looks, it's really like moussey.
it is really
Like even
mousse.
to the touch, it's hard. But as soon as that's in your mouth, I think that rind breakdown might be helping that. Pretty
Completely
good.
breaks down the texture.
Yeah,
What would you score that then?
I think the texture's really quite nice.
So do I. But I would kind of mark it down with the rind being so soft and slipping, whether we take a point or two off for that.
Does that not improve the texture though, maybe? I know with negative, they made that negative
Maybe.
for the appearance.
That's
And
very true. So maybe an 8 or a 9.
I'd go with happy 8,
Hey?
8. And then on
because
to
I think that
taste.
ooze helps move it through the palate.
Yeah.
So it needed that breakdown, even though it looks a bit scary and funny. But yeah,
So the taste is really nice,
taste
actually.
is excellent.
It's kind of a well-developed flavour to it. Considering the aroma is quite mild, you get a much stronger flavour.
It shines on the flavour.
Mm.
Again, it's that
Mm.
nice balance of kind of sharp and creamy.
Yeah.
It's got those slightly herbaceous notes going on again. I really quite like that.
It's really pleasant.
It is
It's got,
salty. I do get salt.
yeah, but it's got character to it.
Yeah, it's got character. I think, when you get like sea salt, and it actually tastes nice putting a bit of sea salt on your tongue rather than
Mm,
like horrible table salt. I get that from
mm,
it, which is actually
mm.
pleasant. That's a nice amount of salt in.
It's kind of sea salt rather than kind of table salt sort of
Yeah,
flavour. Yeah, not as harsh as
it's not harsh, no.
table salt.
But it's there.
Mm.
What would you give for taste then at 20?
I'll give it quite high for taste.
17, 18?
Yeah, 17, 18. Should we do 18?
Yeah,
Yeah.
If that comes out as silver, I'd be quite happy.
18, 39.5. Yeah.
Not quite.
39.5.
Mm.
So we need to push it up a half a point somewhere to give it a silver.
Yeah, if you're happy to do that, Kay, I think that
Yeah.
definitely needs to be
So you
elevated a little.
gave
So
7 for appearance, 6.5 for aroma. So you could push that up to 7.
Let's just up that to 7.
Yeah.
Put that,
Simple.
and that gives it a 40
Yeah.
for silver.
Awesome.
Yeah. Happy?
Yes.
Again, it's that appearance that needs working on. It's that how that
Yeah.
cheese is finally presented and how it's coming out of the packet.
No, it's
I do have a
packaged.
funny feeling by the taste of the same heat person. Different cheeses. Those last two we just did.
You need a little box.
I might be wrong.
Need a little box. Yeah.
Box.
But yeah, little box or something. If they want it to be that oozy, it needs to be served in a dish.
Yeah. Okay, which one should we do next? They look like
Have we gone through most of the soft cheeses now?
yeah, we have. Yeah.
What about
So next one,
1114
1114, yeah.
and 1001 after?
And
Almost semi-soft, semi-hard cheeses.
yes, agree. Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
So we're doing 1114 next.
Yes.
Perfect.
My slight concern with this cheese, and I know I mentioned it right at the beginning to Vicky, is how it's not transport damage, but it's what the cheesemaker has decided to wrap the little wedge of cheese in. It is papers with holes in. We've had these delivered for a day, 2 days now. So this has been sat in a fridge in a box, like we've been storing the cheeses. You can see, I don't know if you can see through there, it's dried out. So it's probably going to show drying, and I don't know if that's going to be a negative thing in terms of appearance. It might taste amazing, but I just noticed that.
Yeah.
If it had been in a different wrap, a different medium from the cheesemaker, it might present better. Because you couldn't you can put it on your shelves in Tesco like that, could you, with holes in it?
No. I've kind of got
So why have they chosen that wrapping?
I've kind of got a hole or an ingress of rind here. And also it's dried out. So you can see that from the cut surface. We've got some kind of white mold across the middle. It's really dry around excuse me, around
it's almost
the
like rind creep has come in into there.
Yeah. I've got it here.
And you can see it has dried out. And where those holes were, there's a big dry circle just there.
Yeah.
And that's right on the nose as well. So that's almost like a premium beer.
Yeah. So I think sadly we need to mark it down on appearance.
I just think it's the way it's been presented for judging. Maybe.
Yeah.
If we'd have had a whole cheese and we'd have cut it ourselves, it might have been a different kettle of fish.
Yeah.
But we've got to judge it based on this.
Yeah.
What would you give it then for appearance?
You know what? The rind looks pretty good.
The rind
got the
looks
lattice
even.
marks on the rind.
Yeah.
To be positive, and I think they're going for this kind of either semi-soft like San Nectaire or Tom style cheese. I don't know. That's a real good natural rind, and even when it's done on the back there is good. But the paste and the way that's been presented, 6,
yeah,
5.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say 5 to 6. So if we go 6.
6, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
6, yeah. And aroma?
It's got exactly what you expect from that rind.
Yeah.
Cave.
Yeah. It's had
slight ammonia.
It's had humidity.
Yeah. It's well developed as well. That's a mucor based rind, and it's very, very good.
Yeah, you can't actually smell anything from the paste, but that's probably because it's dried. It was dried out. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
can
think the rind would be dominant as well. Those
actually gonna
mushroomy notes.
do it and then
It's got a good aroma. But
hmm,
yeah, like you say, Kay, maybe you want to smell something from the paste and you want to see you want to smell what's going on before you put it in your mouth. Because if
maybe
you're just
it's a little
expecting
more
earthy
lactic.
musty,
When you
mm,
cut it, it's a little more lactic.
it's a good shout. It ultimately looks better inside as well.
Yes, yeah, so it's cleaner and brighter in it's inside. You've kind of got a dryness. It almost looks like a kefili.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe that, yeah. That's an actual mild rind cheese, isn't it? So they
Mm,
could be going for a
yeah.
Carefilly style. Maybe a little bit more broken down, but
Mm.
What would you score for aroma then?
Probably say a 7.
yeah, I like the aroma. I think seven's fair.
Mm.
Yeah. And texture?
I love a supple cheese. So that kind of, that squidge and bounce,
Mm.
that texture, and it's like fully broken down throughout the paste as well. So it's not like you've got like a core, like a Carefilly might have. You've got that, yeah, that bounce. I love
Yeah,
that. The rind will ultimately be really thick because of the
yeah.
type of rind it is. But I think that supple texture might balance that quite nicely.
But when you cut into it, it's quite chalky, crumbly in the middle. That's what makes me think kind of
You've got a crumbly bit in yours because I don't.
yeah, it's quite dry and chalky in the middle. I don't think you can see that on the camera.
I get what you mean by dry. Yeah, it has got that drying character to it.
Quite
I love how
sticky.
my teeth are going through the cheese, but I'm not
Yeah,
loving how it's developing as you're eating through it.
no,
That rind is a bit too thick.
it's kind of
And dry.
doesn't quite know what it wants to be in terms of texture.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, it doesn't know if it wants to be kind of
A semi-soft or a
semi-soft
hard
or
or
like a Philly, like a crumbly style. Is it semi-soft or is it a crumbly? What does it want to be?
yeah, yeah. So
The flavour's nice though.
texture-wise,
Texture-wise,
6.
6. We both said 6.
Yes.
Yeah, at the same time. 6. Yeah.
We're on point, Kate.
Yeah, you like you're joining together. Yeah, so on and
I think the flavour was nice. You do get those earthy, mushroomy notes, which is what I really like in a style like this. But they're not too earthy. When you go into a cave or a cellar, it just hits you, and the ammonia hits you.
You get a little bit, it's a little bit like yogurt. You get kind of that sourness
Mm.
of yogurt, but it's quite a delicate flavour. It's got some, it's got some characteristics and complexity, but it's rich, but it hasn't. Oh,
I think you're right. I think it's got that
what's
almost that yogurty sharpness to it. Maybe edging
yeah,
onto like a soured cream style flavour.
I probably want some
It
more
has got,
depth of the flavour.
yeah. I would actually like maybe a little bit more of the rind flavour to balance
Mm,
that. Because actually that does
yes,
dominate. But the paste does dominate, which,
yes, it
considering what
does.
we said for appearance, aroma, and what have you, but
Mm,
how it looks and how it smells, being very rind dominant, flavour is actually very paste dominant.
yeah, yes. Okay. Flavour?
I'd like a bit more balance.
Yes.
14, 15.
14,
I'd be happy with 15.
14 and a half?
Nah, let's give them 15 for it.
Yeah, 15. Okay.
I think they're trying hard to
Yeah.
accomplish that in that setting and the humidity and trying to get that mold and to knock it back and every day going into your store to rub it and all of that and flip it. It has been turned because it's got the even amount of that, on each side of there. You've got like a
Yeah.
little handle on both sides. So they have been turning it pretty evenly. It's hard work. So yeah.
That gives
It's
it a
like
34.
Sorry,
34.
34. Okay.
Yeah.
What one's next?
1001.
Yeah.
I think really nicely presented. We've actually
Yeah,
received
very
what
nice.
looks like a quarter cheese, which is pretty generous.
I think it's really even on
It's got
its.
that. It's characteristically washed rind. You can see it's got that kind of pinky rind to it. It looks like it's been washed really well. It's got this. It's very even, like Taze just said. Like,
Yeah.
the molds have been knocked back really well.
Yeah.
Fun looking cheese.
It's got a stickiness to it, but that's in a positive way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's handleable.
Yes.
I think as a whole cheese, that looked pretty impressive. And that theatre, when you was
Really
cut it in
impressive.
half, would look pretty good.
What would you score it then for appearance so far?
9.
I think 9. I think to get the extra mark, I think maybe to present it as something like this. And I know this is the way it's been cut. It's been cut with something else underneath, so it's got like these dots on it that are from other cheese or dust from something else. I don't know. That's not from the board because I've been keeping my board clean. But yeah, just a little bit of the presentation perfection would help that for a judging scenario. Nice, looks good.
Yeah.
Okay, and on to aroma.
Ooh.
Slightly meaty, what you'd expect, really.
Sounds like there's excuse me, complexity.
I think the rind has a lesser aroma than the paste
Yes.
if you're smelling them individually. But as a cheese, the aroma's
So
good.
the paste has got kind of a citrus aroma to it, whereas the paste is more musty, yeasty.
Is it
Not
trying to be like
unpleasant.
an Italian style?
Mm.
It's semi-soft though, isn't it? Or semi-hard, whatever you want to class it as.
Very hard, yeah.
The rind isn't too thick either.
No.
And there isn't too much breakdown as well, so it's all quite working in harmony in that cheese.
So aroma wise,
I think the aroma was good.
yeah. 8
Maybe
or 9?
8.
8.
Yeah.
Then on to texture.
Again, I love that squidge and bounce. I think that's always
Yes.
really fun, and it's really fun on the palate and really fun to play with. I've been told at
Yeah.
many judging things that I
It's
do
really,
fiddle with my cheese too much.
I think it's a really good
Even
example
inside.
of a semi-soft cheese. It's got the wobble.
It tears nicely as well, It's not just about the cutting, but it actually that bend and slight snap is nice.
Very creamy texture, very smooth, very closed texture. I like that texture actually. Maybe
I
say
think that texture is excellent. It's got a
yeah.
real creaminess to it. Yeah, it's still lingering around, but not in a bad way,
I'd maybe say 9 on texture.
9, yeah.
9.
Yeah.
Good. And then on to taste.
Taste is, I don't know whether we can say this or not, but we'll say it anyway. It's like a taleggio, but not quite as strong.
I love taleggio.
It's kind of got that yeasty
From the rind.
characteristic. Yeah, from the rind. So you get
You know that
you
kind
get
of
that
flavour Port
creamy
Salut
flavour.
gets? It gets that as well, that kind of like, it's almost like sour but creamy, really kind of like
Mm.
decadent core.
Mm.
I think that's excellent.
So do I.
I think it works well.
Really well.
Yeah, nice looking bit of cheese.
Yeah.
Tasty bit of cheese.
I think 18, maybe 19.
Yeah. Would 18, do you think gold? Do you think 18 would push it into gold? What would 18 give it, Vicky?
44. So
I'd be
19.
happy for it to sit in gold. I think it's excellent bit of cheese.
Yeah, so do I. Let's push it into gold.
So
19.
19 for flavour.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Perfect.
Cow's milk as well, obviously. It's got a nice kind of
Yes, it has.
richness
Yeah.
that you'd only get from cow's milk. Yeah, very
Right.
good.
So we've got 4 hard cheeses, but the crumblier one looks like 1006.
One
Should we
double
do that one
zero.
next then?
Is that one?
We could just work through these in number order, like 1006, 1029, and work through what looks like cheddars,
Yes. And then leave the blue until the end.
and leave that blue till last.
Yeah.
Happy days.
So this is 1006. It's a rinded cheese. The rind, there's some moisture on the rind, but not a huge amount. It's quite even otherwise. It's got a bit of a halo to it.
Obviously, the piece that's been presented in vacuum pack has those vacuum pack marks on them. I've not cleaned it. I've just literally taken that out.
Yeah.
Don't know if you cleaned yours up at all, Kay, before. But yeah, it looks like it's plastic coated as well. So you'd hope for
Yeah.
quite a moist cheese inside. It's got this kind of film layer on the rind.
It looks really nice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is, look.
Okay. I'll try doing that.
So yeah, even under that, the rind looks excellent, actually.
It does. It's very even. Oh, there we go. That's off.
You've got some holes in it like there, but actually that's not affected the paste at all, because sometimes cracks like that can lead to like natural balloon and stuff. I think that's where that's helped.
So yeah, I think it's a really good appearance.
Yeah.
A 9?
Yeah.
9?
Yeah, looks great. Also, I think it's good because you can see it must have some kind of age to it because it's got that kind of darker line around there. So it is aging to an aged profile.
Ooh. Almonds.
Almonds.
Is that a sheep's milk cheese?
Smells like it.
Got that real kind of like that fudgy sweet aroma again. I'm going to cut mine because I've only got the vacuum pack edge. Yeah, that's definitely sheep, and you can see inside. I don't know if you can see on the camera. You know, when you get little holes and there's little moisture in the holes.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that kind of when you cut like a hard cheese and it does that, and you get those nice what would have been a crystal or what would develop into a crystal. But it's like leaks a little bit of moisture.
It's really fresh.
Good aroma.
Happy to go with the
it's
9.
definitely sheep, that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a sheep's milk cheddar. Maybe that's what they're trying to get at.
Yeah.
So a score per aroma.
9.
Yeah. I was going to say 8 or 9, but I'm happy to push it up.
Yep. Great.
So my slight issue with the texture here, and I know I've just mentioned that moisture retention, that should just bend like you don't get the bend and snap, and just snap that in half, and it's completely wet inside. Maybe that's because it's been in vacuum. If that was in wax paper, that might have not happened as much, but then it might have run the risk of it drying out.
Yeah.
It does feel crumbly as well.
It does.
But is it trying to be crumbly or hard?
Yeah, it feels like it's. I don't think the packaging's done it any favors. It feels like it's sweated.
Mm.
So I'd maybe say it a 7 or an 8 on texture.
I think it needs to come down a bit with texture, maybe 7.
Okay, happy with that.
7. Okay.
Yeah.
Just because of that leaking as well. Whereas when you cut it with a knife, it looks amazing. When you snap it, it doesn't look so great.
Mm. The flavour's nice. It's delicate. It's a sheep's milk cheese. Hasn't got a huge depth of flavour though.
Has a nice flavour. It has that
Mm.
sweetness. It's like almost like fudge, butterscotch, that kind of
Mm.
flavour. Even the texture, when you're chewing through it, it does have that at some point, parts of the cheese. But yeah, maybe slightly one-dimensional.
Mm. You get sweetness, a little
I do like
nutty.
how actually the flavour and the texture do work quite well together in some regards.
Mm. Yeah.
Simple
What we
but
go
good cheese,
for it.
maybe.
What would you score it for taste? Flavour.
Because of maybe the simplicity of it, I don't know if that's how the cheesemaker's intending it to taste. It could do with maybe a little bit more age. That would maybe dry it out ever so slightly. Might develop some of those secondary flavours you get from sheep's milk. Maybe 14 or 15.
Yeah, I'd go with a higher one on that instead of
15,
15.
yeah.
Yeah.
15.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that give it a bronze? Because I'd be quite happy for it to get something.
Yeah.
But
Yes, that gives it 40.
Oh,
oh,
silver.
yeah,
Okay.
fine. Fine.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So you're going to go down in order now. So you're going to do 1029. All right.
Yeah.
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 It's a very good looking cheese, this one. I think it's got a really consistent colour to it.
It's
Looks
almost
like
looking like
looks
a
like the one
manchego style.
but more
But
golden.
yeah. We've got a plastic coat rind again, so we look like we're trying to prevent any defects, which has succeeded.
Yeah.
There's no cracks, there's no fissures, so
No.
it looks pretty good.
It's got some mold staining, but it looks like it's
Yeah,
been cleaned.
mine maybe less so.
Oh yeah, I can see on yours, yeah. Yeah. Hey, scores on the doors.
Yeah, appearance.
9.
Mm, I think it's high, but I think maybe 8.
8. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
8.
it does look like it might well be, if it was a bigger cheese, because it's very, very dark there.
Mm-hmm.
If they were trying to age something for a period,
Mm-hmm.
it would need to be a bigger format. I think this has been aged quite a while, and it's gone very, very dark and maybe dry around there, judging
Okay.
from its appearance.
Okay. Let's go for 8 then.
Okay, so aroma.
Caramelly.
That would
So,
again strike me as sheep's milk then. So
yeah.
maybe they are trying to get like a manchego or like an aged pecorino style.
But you can't smell much else other than sweetness.
Sweetness.
I'm going to cut it and see whether it does anything to the.
It has slightly got that like that sheepy note, not lanolin-y, but
Yeah.
which does give it a separate character to the sweetness. I have to admit that.
Yeah.
It's not unpleasant.
No?
It just maybe could be more complex. Especially if they've
Yeah.
aged it, you'd expect more like different notes coming from it, maybe a bit of earthiness, nuttiness, and that sweetness. But it's just predominantly sweet, like fudge. I remember that note. 7?
Yeah. We're comfortable with 7.
Okay. Texture.
It's very firm.
Yeah.
Very firm on the knife. You can see I've cut. I don't know whether you can see that.
I'd really love to know how old that is.
Yeah, it's really hard. Almost kind of flinty kind of look to it. It's got like fissures when you cut
Yeah,
it.
the orbit there, yeah.
Yeah.
So as you've cut that, it's almost like cracks as you've cut it.
Yeah.
You do get that with some aged cheddar, don't you, really?
Yes.
You know, like farmhouse aged cheddars do that. Got a nice waxy texture, that kind of in the mouth. That
Yes. It's firm, but it doesn't kind of fracture in your mouth. It's
no, I've still got to chew it. You know, it's not just like.
What would you give it for texture then?
7 or an 8. Maybe veering more towards an 8.
I was thinking 8.
Okay, 8 it is.
I like how I'm chewing through that a lot.
Yeah.
It is like an aged Italian pecorino. That's that style of cheese. Well, that also, it doesn't have that butyric note if it is a sheep's milk cheese, which is quite good if it's got age, because with age comes sometimes, you know, that parmesan-y butyric note. It doesn't have that too much.
Okay. And then on flavour?
Yeah, it's got some sharpness to the flavour as well.
It has got sharpness to it, yeah.
Which we didn't get on the nose.
No, not at all. There's more complexity on the flavour.
I think it's really well balanced as well on the flavour.
It's got a bit of character, a bit of kind of farminess to it, but it's not unpleasant.
The flavour would be nice to have in a cheese like this. That slight crystalline texture. That slight crunch. Because if they're pushing for age, you can like right at the back on your teeth, you can feel that slight graininess, but throughout the paste, there's no like big crunch. But a bit more age would actually bring that.
Yes. Yeah.
Unusually, there would it run the risk of completely drying out and getting even harder. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's probably at its peak now.
Yes.
Nice bit of cheese.
It is a very nice piece of cheese.
What do you score it?
16.
I was going to go 17.
Let's go 17. I think it deserves something.
Yeah.
It gives it 17, gives it 40, so it gets silver.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
Happy with that.
Good. And next, 1133.
11.
That's the blue one. So leave 1193 till the end. Well, it might be blue. We don't know.
1194.
1194.
Definitely a cheddar style.
Yeah, it's cheddar style.
You can tell by just that character of it, can't you?
God,
Must have a bit of age to it.
The smallest bit of mould. Can you see that? Yeah. Just in there.
And what actually in it?
Yeah.
My bit's clean throughout. Even the rind. You know, we said before on the pass on the rind. But it's again, it's plastic coated. That has been coated. I might be wrong actually. No, it does look like it has had a coating on it of some form.
Nice looking cheese.
Yeah.
What are we going to score it?
Again, I reckon this is cut from quite a large cheese.
I'd
love to see the whole thing. Love to see how it gets cut as a whole thing. But from this piece, 8, 9. you've got a bit of mould in yours,
Let's go 8 then.
right?
Yeah.
Great.
But again, if it is like a cheddar, then it will get maybe a fissure and a bit of mould in.
Yeah.
But might suggest farmhouse cheddar, I don't know, rather than industrial. Obviously, it's from a round rather than a block, so
Yeah, it's a traditional round, isn't it?
yeah.
Hasn't got a great deal of aroma to it.
There's a bit more going on inside. There's some moisture there as well, actually, inside, and I've just broken that.
Sweet and lactic.
Almost like, like preserved lemons, limes, that kind of aroma.
Yes. Yeah. Not unpleasant at all. Yeah, 8 or 9.
I'd be happy with 8.
Yeah. And texture.
I think there could be more to justify the reason why 8. There could be more aroma. I thought we're getting it out of the vacuum pack, smelling it. Well, you're not going to get much because it's been stored in the vacuum. When I broke it, there's aroma, but you could, some of these aged cheddars, which is what I'm presuming this might be, you snap it and you get this massive whiff. You can smell it from like down here. Whereas you don't get massive. You've got to search a little bit for the aroma.
Okay, texture. You get a good kind of rugged break when you break it.
Yeah, cuts pretty cleanly as well, like straight down.
I like that in the cheddar. And the texture's got character to it. But yeah, it's
rather than like maybe industrial cheddars that just bend and then they tear. That just went.
Knife went through it really cleanly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy with that texture on the knife. Anyway,
texture in the mouth is slightly cloying. But then you do get that from this type of cheese, don't you? So that's not really a negative thing.
No, it's quite mouth coating.
Yeah.
A little bit, sounds derogatory, but a little bit powdery.
Yeah. Yeah, I see where you're coming with that one. Well, it is maybe. It's just got that little bit. But you can see from that cross section where you break it, it's quite a lot of pieces, so it's still a little bit not curdy, but it's not quite knitted together on the break. When you cut it, it looks very, very clean and like it is really well. When you snap them, bit of free moisture and that kind of crumbly note comes. So maybe that's where that's coming from for UK. Maybe I don't know.
7 or an 8?
Yeah, 7.
7.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
No flavour.
I think the flavour is actually its best character. I think the flavour is very, very good.
Yeah.
You get a lot of this type of cheese that can be very one-dimensional.
I
think with this, it must have a little bit of age somewhere, maybe a year old. I don't know, but you can tell it's got some complex notes as well as the really simple notes, that kind of lactic, creamy, dare I say, cheesy note. It's cheddar.
I'd want it to have more depth of flavour though. If it is a cheddar,
a bit more from it.
Yeah.
I think it's like some of those cheddars get really brothy.
I don't know. I'm just not convinced it's a cheddar.
You're not?
No, whether it's maybe a matured Lancashire or something like that. It's got more acidity than a cheddar has.
It's got a lot of acidity. I get you with that. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's why it's got that kind of crumble and fracture going on as well, because it might be originally crumbly cheese. It might be an aged crumble. I don't know. Fun, interesting.
I think I get quite a lot of acidity on the flavour. I mean, and that could be the type and variety of cheese that it is. But if it is a cheddar, I think it needs more depth.
Yeah, if it was a cheddar and it had that flavour, you could age it longer.
Yeah.
That would age out.
Yeah.
And then you might get those, like what I was saying, like brothy notes, those brothy, meaty, savoury notes you get from hard-aged cheese. You might get a bit more of that going on. which would give it another layer. Still pretty complex, I find, but
It's, yeah, it is. 17?
I was going to go 15, 16, so yeah, if you want to go
Oh, yeah.
17.
Let's go 16 then. I'm going to split the
16,
difference
yeah.
between 15 and 17. What does that give it, Vicky?
Gives 39.
Bronze, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be happy with that.
Yeah,
Very happy
that's
with that.
right. Yeah.
Okay. Then you're going to do the penultimate cheese, 1198.
1198, yeah.
This one, and then the blue, and then you're done for that class, but we'll need to go back and have a look at a couple of them.
So I've got quite a large fissure on this one. Going right through the middle.
I'm just going to note with the aroma of this, I just opened this bag and I've just got a massive whiff come down here of the aroma of the cheese.
In a good way, or?
In a good way, yeah, just intensity, you know.
I've got a bit of
Cloth
cloth come
bound?
off it. Well,
Yeah, you can tell that's a cloth bound cheese.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just the fissure that I've got running right through the middle on both sides, right through the wedge.
So you've got cracks and fissures in yours, same look. It's good. Looks like a good bit of cheese, to be fair.
Yeah, it does.
You can even see it's got that crystalline texture coming. It's got the little white dots throughout. I don't know if you'll be able to see on the camera.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you can, right at the nose there.
You can see some moisture as well. You can see, you can see some moisture, like a sheen to it. Yeah, it's a good looking piece of cheese. Maybe an 8 or a 9.
I'd go maybe. Well, yeah, if it was cloth bound and there's no defects in it, and I'm getting the opinion it's an aged farmhouse cheddar. This,
Yeah,
it's got to be. That is a very good, very good looking bit of cheese.
Yeah.
So 9. I'd be happy with 9.
Okay, let's go 9.
Again, not to be a perfectionist. So what are we on now? Aroma.
Aroma, yeah.
I'm getting a really intense aroma. I've only just opened my packet. As I said, it's just in your face.
Yeah, it's very intense. You can kind of, whether it's being matured on wood, it's kind of got a woody depth to the aroma.
Yeah, if you smell the rinds, have you got rind side to yours, or have you just got a middle section?
No, I've got a rind side.
That's good, because then they've given us least consistent pieces as well, which is pretty good. Because it is from a big cheese. You do get that kind of earthy note on the rind. I think that really balances that intensity. I'm getting lots of like fresh, like almost fresh lime, like zest notes jumping off of that. Good aroma.
Yeah.
9 again.
Yeah.
Yep, 9, and on to texture.
Very, very firm. There's resistance when I'm cutting.
Cuts well though.
Oh, very fruity when it's freshly cut.
Yeah, you can definitely see that bit. Look at those white dots going.
Yeah.
It's getting that crystalline texture. That's what people want from cheddar. You know, I put that in my mouth and that's what I get from that. That is that texture that people go, that's texture, I want that. And that's what people come and ask for all the time.
Yeah, get that. Wow, quite punchy. And yeah, I think the texture's really good on that.
I also think it's mouth coating, but it actually it's gone, which is actually really positive. You're not like there's nothing lingering. Flavour is lingering. We'll move on to that. But the texture, that creaminess doesn't linger too much, which is really pleasant.
Yeah.
It's a clean finish.
Yeah.
9 again.
9.
It's a good bit of cheese, this.
Yeah, it's very good piece of cheese. I think the flavour, it's got that kind of the burst. It's punchy. The flavour lingers in your mouth as well.
Yeah, it's got a real intensity. It's got that slight heat and burn at the end, not in a bad way, and it is making my mouth water, which suggests obviously it's moreish. Yeah, my mouth's watering for more.
And it's got a farminess to it.
Yeah, it's got that almost brothy, farmyardy meat, you know.
Mm.
I always think of the, like, you know, the flavour of like a beef stock cube.
Mm.
I always kind of find that in some aged cheddars.
It's a bit spiky, but in a
Mm,
good way.
yeah. If I was
Yeah,
grating the cheddar, I quite like those fragmented
yeah.
flavours. I know some shops wouldn't, but I think that's really, really good.
I think it's a really nice cheese.
What would you give it then out of 20?
19, 20.
If we gave it 19, what does it give it?
46.
Yeah, that'll be 18, I
Yeah,
think, as well.
yeah. Give it
Yeah,
19,
19?
please.
that's the high scoring cheese so far.
Yeah,
You
no, I agree with that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it deserves it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Great. And then the final one is the blue one. You've got 1133.
Yeah.
Well, we are presuming blue, but yes. Kay's opened us anyway, so she knows.
It's a blue. I'll show it to you in a minute. It's a blue. Yeah, nice even blue. We haven't got secondary mould where it's been cut. We're getting kind of the white.
See, on my
Over
cut face, it's
brown.
moulding up,
Yeah, we've got the secondary white mould where it's been
and it looks
cut.
pretty dry on the top as well. It's
Yeah,
going a bit brown dry on the top.
yeah.
The bluing looks good though, you know, the piercing.
Yes, and the coat looks even. It's kind of silvery grey coat
Yeah,
on my piece. Got
yeah,
the
look.
edge. Hmm. Yeah.
If you rub the blue as well, I know this is aroma, you do get that kind of like
Mm.
mushroomy cave note, which is what I'd
Mushroomy,
expect.
beefy.
No dampness almost.
Yeah.
Cave flat aromas. I think for appearance, because mine has got that mold on the cut face, that could be transported, could be been wrapped on, cut a long time ago. But
Yeah.
to present that, it's got to be at least a 7 for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Agree.
Because it does
Give it
look
a
nice cheese, you know, the whole piece of cheese looks great. It's just maybe a little bit of care in what's been presented to us.
Yeah.
7.
7.
Yeah, please.
Aroma is mold. Is the first thing that you smell.
Yeah, but it's not even like blue mold. You know, like when a blue cheese smells like a blue cheese,
It
it
smells
just
like
smells like,
cave mold. Yeah.
yeah. It's actually a bit of a one-dimensional aroma on the outside. I'm going to cut into it and see if it's any different inside.
It's kind of the same inside as well. I've just done the same.
Yeah, it kind of is.
You don't get a huge blue fragrance from it. You kind of smell the mold. The mold dominates.
Also, obviously, they've got the mechanical openings for the blue, but the natural openings here that have been done by the bacterias, they've not
Yes.
filled up with blue. They're still empty.
Yeah.
So could that mean they need to pierce a little bit better? A little bit, maybe all the way through, a bit
Yeah.
more? Or again, you know, second time.
Yeah, you can see it there. It's quite a gap on
But the
the
rest of
top.
the blue looks really like, you know, all the holes are filled really nicely.
Yeah.
There's just that corner edge.
Yes.
I think what they've done there is they've been careful not to pierce too close to the edge because it can damage the cheese, like you can like, break it.
So
But
aroma,
aroma, it's pretty
6.
one-dimensional.
Yeah. 6.
Let's go 6. Even dairy notes, if you had a bit more kind of that dairy note going on or that more blue aroma rather than just mold aroma, it would be better. Let's score higher.
Yeah.
And texture?
When you
The
cut it,
cut was actually really nice.
yeah, when you cut it, but I did think it's quite spongy.
Yeah, but like we've said, I love that texture, that like supple blue, like that supple cheese.
Yeah, a curdy.
And there's no like breakdown around the edge. It's not like it's like slightly broken down and then it's like firm in the middle. It's definitely not Stilton style. We can definitely see that.
No. It's almost like a semi-soft texture.
Yeah. but not as soft as like a Cambozola or anything like that, or a
No.
Gorgonzola. So it's sitting somewhere in between. It looks like
Yeah.
cow's milk as well, that colour. It
Yeah.
looks like it's cow's milk cheese. I do like the bend on it, the bend and snap.
Maybe go an 8 on texture.
But it is chewy.
Oh, okay. I haven't tried
So
it.
you're getting that on the texture. We've tried some.
Needs to break down some more.
Yeah, you're chewing through it, but nothing's breaking down. My mouth is left with bits that I've got to now swallow rather than any
Yeah.
dissolving.
Yeah, it's maybe a 6 or even a 5. 5 or 6.
Let's go 6.
6.
6, yeah.
Yeah.
My cat.
I wasn't expecting that from the texture in the mouth, actually. I was hoping it would melt in the mouth a bit more.
Yeah. And on the flavour, I think the flavour's really lacking.
Yeah, if it's trying to be a gentle cheese, it's achieving that. But even to the point where it doesn't taste sometimes in parts blue. Doesn't taste like a blue cheese. And if someone didn't like blue, someone came in and said, "Oh, I don't like blue cheese," giving them something like this, they might think this is the best cheese in the world because it's not too strong. You've got to give it merit for that. All blues can't be too intense, but it needs some form of blue flavour going on.
Yeah, it hasn't got any.
Which it hasn't got much.
No.
Shame.
Yeah.
But again, I like the squidge. Love the squidge.
Yeah.
Flavour?
14, 15?
Yeah, 14, 15. Let's go. What would 15 give it, Vicky?
15, give it 34.
Yeah, that feels right.
Yeah.
They just need to have a little bit more work and then they can start earning some medals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try and drive some flavour and some aroma somewhere.
I think if they broke down that texture, it would develop the flavour more.
Yeah. Yeah. Would that come with age, maybe? If they aged it a bit longer and went softer?
Maybe it's a bit young. But it's got a lot of blue for it to be young, though.
Yeah.
It's confused. It's a confused cheese.
Maybe it's the texture of the cheese is not allowing the blue to do what it needs to do.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all of the cheeses now. So the final scores on the doors. 198 scored 46, and that is the winning score. The other cheeses sit underneath that. There is 1183 scored 45.
Yeah.
And 1101 also scored 45. So they're the two kind of next cheeses. So but they would have probably had to go back and rescore.
So we've got 3 golds.
Yeah, so we've got 3 golds. So 1101 is a gold.
Yeah.
And 1183 is a gold. No, 1183 is a gold, and then 1198 is a gold. So yeah, 3 golds, 1 supreme.
That's quite a good selection of golds because we've got hard, soft, semi-soft.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which soft was it?
1183.
1183. Yeah, but yeah. Oh no, that's 1188. 1183.
So now we've got to choose first, second, and third.
1183. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. You happy? Happy with that?
Yeah. So do we need a first, second, and third, or
what was the scores? Was it?
No.
46,
it was the
45, 45.
That's right.
So these two are on par.
No, it's fine because they're both the 2 other ones they've all got gold, so there will be no kind of first, second, third. So it'll be gold. Those 2 got gold, and then that one that got 46 will go through to the supreme.
So that's the supreme. We happy with that, Kate? Pedestal?
Yes.
And they've got golds anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we all win.
Yeah.
So So yeah, so just to confirm that, so the cheese A19, the category for new cheese, the winning cheese that's going to go through to Supreme Final is 1198. And that will be judged live on the 17th of June, live on our YouTube channels. And they're going to be, so in that final, the Supreme Final will be 22 cheeses, and I think we've got 5 Supreme judges that are going to be judging all of those cheeses. So please come back and watch that. So yeah, just to say thank you so much, Simon and Kay, for excellent judging this morning. Lots of really different cheeses in that class. So it was really super interesting.
Really fun.
And thank you for our sponsors, Butlers. I haven't got an apron on, but I'm going to pretend. Butlers and Millers for our crackers. So yeah, that's brilliant. Thanks so much, guys. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.